good evening, everybody. Man, dog tired boss. Been real busy. Your boy has been real busy. Has been real busy. What's going on? Shout out Jim. Shout out Here to Learn and Share. Shout out Tish. What's going on, y'all? Got a lot of stuff going on right now. But we here, man. We here. We came here to talk about the Discord transition and talk about the price action, intraday price action. Y'all go ahead and come in. Who all in here, man? It's kind of slack tonight. What y'all got going on tonight, man? What's going on, Michelle? It's kind of slack tonight. On the night when I say we're going to discuss the transition, it's slack tonight. Don't nobody want to pull up. Don't nobody want to pull up. Well, let's just get to it, man. Good evening, everybody. If this is your first time tuning in to Tim's Tidbits, please allow me to say welcome. If it's not your first time tuning in to Tim's Tidbits, I still want to say welcome, but give you a nice hearty, well, thank you for always tuning in to Tim's Tidbits. If you don't know who I am, you off from work today? That's what's up. If you don't know who I am, my name is Timothy Lee Rogers Sr., a.k.a. Aranya Grande. That sounds kind of aggressive, but that's just big spot if you don't hablo español. And you are in tune to another episode of the Intraday Price Action Recap. Now, before we get to talking about the talkings, right? Let me get the information on the screen. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm so tired. Wait a minute. That's not right. Maybe I didn't. Did I not? I don't think I changed that. Y'all hold on for a second. I do not think I changed that. I didn't change that. Let me see here. Let me see here. Okay, that one is correct. All right. Let's come here. Save that. Sorry, y'all, I'm fixing something real quick before we get into it. I am fixing something before we get into it. Okay, so now. Alright. Now come here. Fix this. That is fixed, but why is it not? That's fixed. So why didn't it do what it do when it did what it did for me, baby? Okay. All right, so now that appears to be right. What's going on, FC? I'm gonna put got that there. I'm gonna pin that to the top. Now, if I open this up, continue, go to site. Yes. All right, put that over there. Oh, yeah, I forgot I need this. We're gonna get to it in 1 second, y'all. We're gonna get to it in 1 second. I promise ya. I promise ya. I promise ya. Alright. Okay. Got that. Oh, there it is. Alright. I got to get this right here. I'm sorry, y'all. Trying to get this thing. All right, print that screen. Create that. Okay, let's try that again. Screen, create that. All right. All right, so got that. Everything. What's going on, Rhonda Green? Okay. Now, we as you all know, I'm switching over to a new platform, WAP, for those that want to support the channel via monthly memberships. All right, if you want to, I appreciate everybody that's been supporting the channel via monthly memberships. It's been 2 years now. We got some purple badges around here. It's been 2 years. So as we transition over to WAP, well, first of all, let me just say that I'm doing this to try to eliminate any confusion and to manage expectations going in to the new Discord server. In the past, I initially started out with, as you see over here, I initially started out with um, 3 tiers, right? 3 tiers for inside the Discord, right? Now, before we move any further, the Discord was never, nobody was ever paying for the Discord, right? And the Discord was just something that I did. And my language, I say it was just something, the Discord was free, right? And my sweetie, she was like, well, you can't say it's free when people are paying a monthly membership. I said, but they're not paying for the Discord. They're paying to support the channel. They appreciate what I do. You know what I'm saying? They showing love by support, just like people show love paying, doing super chats, right? Super chats, monthly memberships. I say, but the monthly memberships, it come with perks. Everybody know over time that the perks, they were tweaked and they changed, right? But at no time was there a charge for the Discord, right? That was the server that we're currently in now, the one that I call the old server versus the new server, right? As you see, when I told people, I used to tell people, I was like, silver is just that's just a smidgen higher than free. I mean public, right? Because the only thing silver tier was about was just having the loyalty badge, the little, like I've been talking about, people got like the purple badges, and then like me shouting people out, because initially in the beginning, right, I didn't shout out everybody that was in the chat. I just shouted out the people who were in the gang, right? I just shouted out the people in the gang. If your name wasn't green in the chat, right, now you didn't get a shout out. And then when I did the artery and price action mentorship, right, when I did the artery and price action mentorship, that's the first time that anything was mentioned about the Discord in the perks. And it just said the mentee channel, right? And hold on, my kids be coming home ringing the doorbell like they don't have a key. How's school? Where you get them from? Okay. All right. I'm on live.
But they like a s'mores kind of thing. It's like caramel s'mores.
Caramel s'mores.
Kind of.
It's like a new brand or something? New flavor, should I say?
I've never seen it because like she said she ran out of s'mores. I'm like, oh, let me try these. Look these. And then I was like, maybe I'm like, oh man, that's real good.
Okay. You got them right now. Let me try one. You got them right now?
Let me go grab the box again. Hold up.
Anyway, sorry about that, y'all. But yeah. So now the difference is now through WAP, you're actually paying for access to the Discord. That's the major difference. You're actually paying for access to the Discord, where in the past, where the Discord was just something that I was doing just as, because I used to use, if y'all OG gang, you know, I used to be like, the Discord is just a way for me to reach out to y'all and let y'all know, you know what I'm saying, when I'm going live, give you access to like random pop-ups. Stick it around the side, son. Oh, you gotta bring the food in here. No, bring the food in here. I just want the cookie. Put the food on the table.
Brownie, caramel, and marshmallow.
Thank you.
But they really good.
Thank you. Hey, man. This is real life, man. Family first. So, now, you're actually paying for access to the Discord. Whereas before, the Discord was, it had structure, per se, but it was just pretty much, this is my way, when I feel like going live, hey, I'm fun to do something, but I don't feel like going on YouTube. Hey, y'all pull up. Y'all check this out. Y'all do this right here. And then it kind of morphed into, started doing Q&As. You know what I'm saying? Doing Q&As. You know, that's why I say it's sort of structured now, because it's grown over time. And so it's got like a structure now. But again, it was just, okay, this is what I'm doing. Y'all showing me love. I'm showing y'all love, because I know, like, for me, I like the live interaction, right? I like the live interaction. I know people don't like looking at pre-recorded videos. They can't get a specific questions answered, stuff like that. Okay, so now, what's the new? So it's gonna be pretty much the same thing, but now when you subscribe through WAP, right? You're subscribing just when you purchase through WAP, sign up through WAP, whatever you want to call it. You're doing it for access to the Discord, right? It's still the same concept of, okay, you want to support the channel, but this time you're subscribing for access to the Discord, right? And so since it's already starting to form structure of a structured Discord with like the Q&As and stuff like that right there, it's a easy transition into a Discord per se, something that you're paying for, a paid service, right? Because we got you know, a whole lot of stuff, right? A whole lot of stuff. It's morphed in. Even when you look at what the perks were, right? What the perks were, we used to do a whole lot more than what the perks say, right? Even with the mentee tier, right? Cause the mentee tier was just homework reviews and monthly Q&As, but we do a lot more than that. Like, matter of fact, the mentees got like 3 Sunday Q&As per month and a weekly Q&A and Monday morning tape reading. You know what I'm saying? It's like, because it's grown and morphed into different things based off of the needs of the community. Now, with all that said and done, right, the transition, okay, this is the new Discord server here, right? This is the new, and so now we have the difference between, I want to explain the difference between tiers and roles, right? Tiers are, everybody know what a tier is, but the tier is, okay, at this level, this what you can expect to get as a benefit if you're using air quotes, as a benefit for this tier. All right. And so the tiers have names. All right. So in the old server, the tiers were silver, gold, platinum, and then mentorship. Right. Those were the tiers of what you can join. Those were the tiers of what you can join and sign up for monthly, right? You can sign up under silver tier. You can sign up under gold tier. You can sign up under platinum tier. I've always called the platinum the black spiders, because initially when I first started, platinum was the highest tier, and I was like, this the black spiders, right? Okay, and then mentorship. Those are the different tiers, and this is what you expect on the tier. Now, you have tiers, and then you have roles, right? Roles in the Discord, it gives you access to different levels of information, if you will, right? So inside the old Discord, we had a silver role, a gold role, a black spider role, and a mentee role, right? Those were the roles that was in there. They happen to have the same names, right? To make it easier for me, right? So I understand silver role is the silver tier. Gold role is the gold tier. Black spider is the black spider tier, right? Mentee is the mentee tier, right? Just to make it easy for me so I understand those are the roles. Now, I recently did a boot camp, right? I recently did a boot camp through WAP, right? That had one of the perks of the boot camp was that you get 6 months access to the Discord server that the channel members, that the Discord server that I offer to the channel members. You get 6 months access to that after the server was over, because I didn't want you to go through this boot camp and be just left high and dry with all this new information you got and not be able to ask me questions, right? So inside the old server, I created a role called Diamond, so that I know that anybody in the Diamond role is a part of the boot camp, right? So I know these people are a part of the boot camp. So there's no diamond tier in the old server. There was only a diamond role, right? And the diamond role in the old server, as we were going through the boot camp, before we even started, I started to give the diamond role access to some of the Q&As before we started the boot camp. And then as we went along, I was giving them access to all of the Q&As. The only Q&As they didn't have access to was the mentees weekly Q&As on Wednesday nights. But the first Sunday Q&As, the second Sunday Q&As, the third Sunday Q&As, I was giving them access to all of that, because we're going through the boot camp, and I want you to have the opportunity to ask as many questions as possible, on top of, we was meeting every single day, Monday through Friday. Now, the new server, right? There's only 3 tiers, right? In the tiers in the new server is gold members, platinum members, and diamond members, right? So you got 3 tiers, okay? So you got 3 tiers now, right? And inside each tier, right, the gold and the platinum, right, they're the same. They the same tier as the old gold and the old platinum. They're exactly the same. The new diamond tier, the old server didn't have a diamond tier. The new diamond tier is what the old there's no more silver, there's no more minty, right? The silver tier gone, minty tier gone, right? What the minty tier has become is what's called the diamond member, right? The diamond member, it has additional stuff, additional perks that the old mentee member, the mentorship tier didn't have. Meaning, a monthly price action lecture, meaning some type of educational live stream each month, and tape reading sessions on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Right. The old mentorship, we didn't have any monthly lectures, and we only had tape reading on Mondays. The reason I created the diamond tier is because people was asking me if I was going to do another boot camp. The people who went through the boot camp seemed to have loved the boot camp, and they was like, "Hey Tim, we need to do this again." And I was like, if I do it again, I'm not letting y'all participate in it because y'all don't need it no more. Because it ain't never been a money grab for me. I could just keep doing this stuff and keep charging whatever people willing to pay, but it ain't never been a money grab for me. So I'm like, look, you don't need another boot camp. And if I do another one, I ain't gonna let y'all join it. But then I was thinking about how much work it was. Then I said, you know what? I ain't doing no more boot camps. What I will do, right? I say because I think people look forward to like the education part of it, and people look forward to the tape reading part of it. So I'll come up with a happy medium for everybody, for y'all and for me. And that's why I came up with the diamond tier, where offer some type of monthly scheduled class, if you will, a price action lecture, right? And tape reading 3 days a week, right? So that's what the diamond tier is. Now, I was talking with my sweetie about it, and she was thoroughly confused about the transition over to the new server, because in the old server there was a role called diamond. There was a diamond role, right? And the diamond role is what I was using so that I can identify the boot camp, the people who paid for the boot camp. So she was like, so if the people in the boot camp, when you go over to the new server, right, are they going to be diamond? And I was like, no, they're not going to be diamond, right? And she was like, but they diamond, like you said, the gold is the gold, the platinum is the platinum, and but you saying the diamond is not the diamond. I said because so she was thoroughly confused. So that's the main reason why I'm doing this, right? So there's only one person who was not a monthly member who joined the boot camp. The other 18 people was already monthly members who joined the boot camp. So that one person, unless Unless that one person decides, hey, I'm just gonna go over here to WAP and sign up because they wasn't signed up before, they just bought the boot camp. Unless that one person decides that, hey, I'm gonna go to WAP and sign up, then that person will be automatically transferred by me, right, into a role called boot camp, right? Is a role. They're not going to be put into any of the tiers, right? They're going to be put into a role called boot camp, right? And the boot camp is the access that it has is just to see the old boot camp videos that we did, right? You already got access to that, but it's a place now with the replay link for those boot camp videos. There's a role called boot camp, right? They can see those videos, and then they get access to Q&As, right? I haven't decided yet how many Q&As they get access to, right? I probably would just leave it where they get access to the first, second, and third Sunday, but I haven't made that decision yet going into the what's the name? But that's because the boot camp is over, and the purpose of having access to the Discord was so that they can still interact with me and ask questions, right? So now the other people that was already paying the monthly memberships, right? If you don't switch, if you don't choose to switch over, if you like, okay, I joined the boot camp, so now I just want access to the Discord server for these 6 months, right? You're welcome to do that, right? But you're not going to be able to be grandfathered in at your price that you're paying now, right? The end of the grandfathered in is February 28th. Like when I go active in the new server, when I go full-time active in the new server, the grandfathered in links won't be available no more, right? So you're welcome to, you know what I'm saying, like, say, okay, like if you were a mentee and you took the boot camp, right? If you opt out of like locking in your price and continue to pay the month, because, and I'll say this, because, and the reason why I'm saying this is because, you know, everybody understood that the boot camp, well, I'm assuming, I'm not going to say everybody, I'm assuming that everybody understood that the boot camp was for non gang members, right? This was with people outside of the Spider Gang. That's why one of the perks of the boot camp was getting access to the Discord for 6 months after the boot camp was over, because the Discord is just something that and you know what I'm saying, like my wife was like, you can't say it's free because people paying, but the Discord is something that I was doing for free as like a thank you to people who's supporting the channel, right? And so, but the people in the Discord was like, hey, I want to do the boot camp too, right? So I was like, okay, I got y'all a good discount code, so they do the boot camp. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because now that we're switching over, right? Now that we're switching over, question was asked like, hey, will I be transferred automatically? People was asking, hey, and then some people was like, hey, I did the boot camp, but I'm still getting charged monthly, right? Because the boot camp is something totally separate from the YouTube memberships. The YouTube membership, that's done through YouTube, that's self-directed. I don't know when you cancel it. I don't know when you start it. The only way I know any of this stuff is if I go out there and check to see if the numbers go up or go down. I'd be like, oh, we got a new member. Let me go see if they taking advantage of the Discord, because we got more people in the monthly memberships than in the Discord. It's people that's in the monthly membership that don't even take advantage of the Discord. They just come back and watch the replays, or they sit quietly in the background during the lives. So it won't be an automatic transition over unless you opt out of switching over through to WAP. Like if you opt out of switching over to WAP and just want to cancel your monthly membership, right, then you won't be switched. You won't be automatically switched over, right? I mean, if you opt out, you cancel it, and if you was in the boot camp, then I will manually switch you over to the boot camp role. If you was a gold member, you won't go over into the gold tier. You just get access to the server, but you're just gonna have the boot camp role, right? So the only thing you can be a part of the Q&As. Like I said, I don't see like cutting back the Q&As as far as like, because right now the boot camp members get like the first, second, and third Sunday Q&As. I don't see cutting it back, right? Yeah, you will get transferred over to the boot camp role. But if you what I'm saying, if you switch over, nothing changes. If you go over to, only thing that'll change if you switch over is if you was platinum, right, and you say, okay, I want to go over as gold, right, then your tier will change. What you expect to get will change, right? If you go from platinum, right, and say I want to go over as gold, then this is the stuff you'll get in the new going through WAP. If you say, hey, I'm gold, but I want to do diamond, right? You if you do it now before we switch over, right, you will get it at the 25 a month, right? Just like other mentees, if they want to switch over, they get it at 25 a month as opposed to 30, right? And then all the other ones, 8, 5, you'll get it at this price right here if you choose to switch over before we go live over there and the grandfather links disappear, right? So whatever you choose to do, right, the tiers is what you can expect to be paying for the access to the new server. And then if you took the boot camp and you don't switch over, right, then you will be put into a boot camp role. But in the old server, the role that I used to track the boot camp was called diamond. When you get switched over to the new server, you're not going to go into the diamond tier. You're not going to have a diamond role. You're going to have a role called boot camp. And you're not going to be in any tier. You're just going to be in the boot camp role up until the end of July. And then if you choose to, sign up for something else, then it'll be through the regular public links like everybody else, either 10, 20, or $30 a month for whichever tier that you want to sign up for. All right. Is that clear for everybody? Everybody understand? Are there any questions? Any confusion?
Can you repeat all of that?
Not in your life. Not in your life. Matter of fact, I'll speed read it. Y'all ever seen the video where the dude say he was a speed reader and he get the book and he flipped through, he be like, and the dude be like, what did you just read? He was like, I don't know. All right. I don't see nothing in the chat. Shout out to everybody that already switched over. If y'all didn't know, because I ain't gonna call no names, but somebody had a little trouble finding the Zoom link today. All right, so if you already switched over to the new server, right? We will be tape reading on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. All right, we will be tape reading on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And inside the Diamond chat, you'll see a post like this. It'll say something roughly to the thing of good morning. Here's the tape reading link. And it'll be a link to a Zoom. All right. If you don't want to watch it through Zoom, there will also be a link to the YouTube video. But I'm not going to be monitoring the YouTube video. So if you choose to watch it through YouTube, I'm not going to be able to see your comments because I'm going to be inside Zoom. Right? So the Zoom link will be here inside the Diamond chat. And then the YouTube link will be there also. Right? I haven't decided if I'm gonna make like a different like chat to post the links in so that like the main chat just don't be cluttered up with a bunch of links. But I'll see. I'm not sure how I want to do that. I'll see. So since y'all already switched over, I know I said I'm not gonna be active in the new server until the 1st, but since you switched over already, if you're a part of the Diamond tier, then we'll be tape reading on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. As far as like the price action lectures, that's not gonna start until March. And I got to look at my calendar to see what's the best time to do the lectures. And I'm thinking it may be like a Wednesday night thing. The mentees, you get tape reading on Mondays. Ain't nothing changed about that. You get tape reading on Monday. Yeah. Come over here to your what was it? Was it here? Yeah, right there. See, that's from this morning. Here's the tape reading link. Boop. Here's the YouTube link. Boop. It was in the PA Mentee channel. All right. That was the link for the tape reading session today. All right. Yeah. Somebody else didn't see it either. Somebody else Was like, man, I seen y'all. I was on YouTube, man, and y'all. I could see y'all, but I couldn't. Get to the Zoom, man. I don't know why. But they right there.
No, who was saying that?
I don't know who said that. I don't know who that was saying that. Well, all
People
I
be
know
lost out here, man.
all I know they say a hit dog a holler. Dog. That's all I know they say. All right, man. I think that's it. Everybody clear. Everybody good. I don't want to be no misunderstandings. I don't want to be no confusion. Right? Going from with the WAP server, with the WAP platform. When you click on there, sign up. You're signing up for access to the Discord. Yep, you're signing up for access to the Discord. Okay, dope. And let's get into the price action. Get out the way. Get out the way. Let's blow this up. This morning we had a pretty cool tape reading session this morning. All right. Price started out, moving relatively, like, it wasn't the worst, but it was far from the best. And while we were reading price, like, hey, let's go look and see if there's some divergence, cause it's overshooting PD arrays, it's acting crazy. And yes, we did have some divergence, so okay, that makes sense. That's why it's doing this. Think it was a pretty nice tape reading session based off what we were watching. And played out pretty good. Now, and look at what price did. This is where price opened up over here Sunday evening at 6 o'clock. It opened up at 21,463.25. All right. And then we closed over here at 21,837 even. All right. So that's a whopping, from the open to the close, that's a whopping 373 3/4 points. It's a mean little day there. That's a mean little day, right? And from peak to trough, right, it was 476 points. So it was additional 100 points from it was additional 100 plus points from the when you count the highest high and the lowest low versus the open and the close. Right. So a wide range day. Right. We had a wide range day. You can say volatile if you will. Right. Volatility is still high in the market. Tim, what is volatility? Volatility is like the distance that it's moving. You know what I'm saying? The distance that it's moving. Is it moving a lot? Is it staying in a tight range? If it's staying in a tight range, I'm saying that's low volatility. If it's moving in big expanded ranges, that's higher volatility. Right? Higher volatility. When I first started trading, I used to confuse volatility with speed. I used to people used to be like, man, the day was a volatile day. And I'm like, man, the day it wasn't moving fast at all. Because for some reason, I just took volatility to mean speed. Right? Like when I used to trade the bonds, the ZB, right? I used to be like, yeah, the ES in the NASDAQ is more volatile than the bonds. The NASDAQ is far more volatile than the bonds and the ES. And the first time I looked at the NASDAQ, I was like, man, that thing moving super fast. So I'm in my mind, I'm just assuming volatile means fast. Nope, I was wrong. But you know what I'm saying? We got a 400-point day from peak to trough. The volatility is still in the market. The markets have been difficult for quite some time. Right? Y'all done heard me say this over and over and over. Right? You done heard me say this over and over and over. You're seeing it correctly. Don't get discouraged, right? Because we're in these high resistance conditions. The markets have been decoupled for a while, meaning that the three sisters are showing divergence, right? It's been happening for, y'all know, we've been talking about it for at least 2 years, talking about the divergence and how the markets are decoupled and how it's hard to read the price. These are difficult times. Even if you're day trading, you're swing trading, it's very difficult to swing trade in the short term, right? Personally, when the market's like this, I don't try to swing trade at all, right? I don't try to swing trade at all because there's money to be made swing trading, but you have to get in at the right time and you have to buy time in market conditions like this. Because if you don't buy the time, right, the theta is going to eat your premium up. Right? If you don't buy the time, the theta is going to eat your premium up, because when we look at a weekly chart on the NQ, right? If we look at a weekly chart on the NQ, you can see that we've been inside this range right here since the beginning of December. It's February 10th, right? So from the beginning of December up until now, we've been in this same range, right? You know what I'm saying? And when y'all hear me day after day after day after day saying price is difficult, it's hard to read it, it's hard, be careful, price is difficult, be careful, price is difficult, right? Many of you that's new, or many of you that don't trade the ICT concepts, or many of you that haven't been around the gang for a long period of time, you may get frustrated. You may be like, man, all this guy say is price is difficult and these ain't easy times to trade in, right? Now, where my buddy at? Is my buddy in here? Buddy, where you at? I got to put my buddy on the spot. She ain't in here. I don't see my buddy in here. I was gonna put my buddy on the spot, but she ain't in here, so I ain't gonna put her on the spot now. But my buddy, when we be going through lectures, or if we reading price and doing stuff, my buddy just want me to agree. Just want me. I'm not just gonna agree with you. If that ain't what the signature's saying, I'm not gonna agree with you. If that's how you see it, that's how you see it. But if that ain't what the signatures are saying to me, I'm not gonna agree with you. All right. So I said that to say, when you hear me saying it over and over and over and over, right? So think about it. Back in December when I was saying it, right? And price started going up, right? These weekly candles. Somebody
Hey,
could be
check your screen on the Discord. It's covered up halfway.
my screen on the Discord.
Yeah, like well, your chart. The way I'm seeing your chart, it look
Am I sharing the
halfway.
wrong screen? Hold on. In the Discord on the YouTube.
Discord. There you go. Okay, you move it over. I see a small picture of it.
I think I might be sharing the wrong screen. Change window.
Okay, now that's it. That's perfect.
All right. I don't know. For some reason, I was sharing the wrong screen. All right. So imagine back in December when I say, "Hey, price difficult." Mute for me, London.
When we get out here,
Price
remember
difficult,
what you saw.
and then all right. Let me do this. Mute for me. Oh, thank you. I say price difficult here, and then it start going up. Right. Somebody who don't really understand how to read price, or they don't understand, hey, you want to wait for price to show you something, then give you opportunity, right? They jump in and start chasing here and say, okay, I'm gonna buy calls because we done took off, right? Had a big up week. That's a bullish candle. We gonna keep running, right? So they buy some calls for like 2-3 months out, right? December, January, February, March. They bought some March calls, right? If they still in them calls, how you think they doing right now? Terrible. Why? Because we just consolidated, and now it's February, right? And they got like a month left on that. So what they paid back here has gotten eaten up by this move down and all of this chop right here. Eaten up, right? But when you back here and the chart look like this, right? Look like we're going to the moon, okay? But then based off, you know, the signatures and what we anticipate, right? When we was back here, we anticipated price coming back down here, right? That fair value gap, that breaker, we anticipated that. We talked about that back then. So then you say, okay, I didn't chase price, but when it come back down here, that's when I'm gonna buy, right? That's your right. That's your prerogative, right? You bought when it came back down to the breaker, right? Guess what? Same thing, right? If you bought when it came back down to the breaker, this move down here, and then this chop got your premium looking ugly, right? That's why I say in conditions like this right here, I'm not interested in swing trading personally. All right. Now, if you want to swing trade, I will say a couple weeks ago, about 2 weeks ago, whenever the deep seek, during the deep seek time, whatever day that deep seek was, when we open up, so that Monday afternoon, because that deep seek thing was like a Sunday night, that Monday afternoon, I bought some calls for that Friday, and then I closed them on that Tuesday. I think it was. It was either that Monday afternoon or that Tuesday afternoon. I can't remember the exact day, but it was. I know it was the afternoon, and it was during that deep seek time. And I bought some calls for Friday, and I closed them on Tuesday. Right? Why? Because I anticipated price. You know what I'm saying? Trading back up into the range based off the signatures that we had looked at. But that's the first time I bought. That's the first time I bought options and did a swing trade, and I can't remember the last time. Why? Because the market hasn't been like conducive for my style of swing trading. Got to be very nimble. Got why? Because price is fractal, right? Price is fractal. If we were looking at this right here on a 15-minute time frame, we're just gonna pretend like this is a 15-minute chart. Ignore the fact that that says a weekly chart right there. Looking at this right here on a 15-minute time frame, should we be looking for trading opportunities right now? Somebody let me know. Put it in the chat or say it if you're in the Discord. Should we be looking for opportunities to trade right now if this was a 15-minute chart? Nope. Shout out Tish. Nope. We shouldn't. Why not, Tish? Why not Sage? Why not Kim? Shout out to everybody pulling up with the hard hit answers. Why not? Why shouldn't we be looking for opportunities to trade if this was a 15-minute chart? Why we shouldn't be looking for opportunities to trade right here?
Overlapping candles.
You broke up a little bit. Say that again.
I'm in the hallway. I just walked in the building. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now. Say it
Hello?
again. Say it
I say
again.
because of the overlapping candle.
Yep.
Hello?
Overlapping candle. Yeah. Overlapping
Because of the
candle.
overlapping candles and what you call the deep drawbacks and the overlapping candles and all that consolidation.
That's it right there. That's it. That's what I'm looking for. We just consolidating. We just consolidating.
I'm going in the building. I might cut out again.
That's right, Michelle. We in the middle of the road. So shout out to everybody that's putting up with the hard hitting answers. Right? Shout out to everybody pulling up with the hard hitting answers. Let me see. Tish, it really ain't about no gaps right now. Kim, it really ain't about no displacement right now, which it is true, right? All of that is true, right? Sage is not about bad price action. It's not about no fair value gaps. All of that's true. No fair value gaps, no displacement, but the easiest way to think about it is we just consolidating, right? Because if you say no displacement ain't giving you the picture, the true picture, right? Because if we look at this move right here, right? We're expanding here, but we ain't got no fair value gaps. So without the fair value gap, it's technically not a displacement, because one of the criteria for the displacement is for there to be some type of imbalance there. You see what I'm saying? On a lower time frame, you probably got a million imbalances, but just looking at this time frame here, so that's why I say saying no displacement, that's not giving you the clear picture, right? You want, whenever you look at price, you want to think about it with the exact verbiage that's giving you the clear picture. So the verbiage here is we're just consolidating, right? Consolidating, and that gives you a plethora of information. Right? One. Somebody tell me two main things that that's going on when we consolidate. Two main things that's happening when we just consolidate. Right? It's giving you information. What are the two main things that is telling you when you say, oh, price just consolidating? Accumulating. Okay, I give you that. It's accumulating, but when it's accumulating, what is it doing? Engineering liquidity. Right there. That's it right there. It's engineering liquidity. Right? So when we're just consolidating, we know that the algorithm is just engineering liquidity. Right? And we don't want to be that liquidity. Right? We don't want to be that liquidity. Right? So it's just engineering liquidity. Okay. I got 40 minutes. I got a one-on-one. I got about 40 minutes. Right? So not only is it engineering liquidity, right? It's not showing a willingness to leave this range. Right? So if it's not showing a willingness to leave this range, then that lets us know we're in some type of area of fair value, right? We're in some kind of area of fair value because we're just consolidating. So it's not a discount, it's not a premium, right? We're just at some area of fair value. And the algorithm is unwilling to leave this area right now. It may have to do with time. It may have to do with manipulation where they're just keeping it range bound, right? None of that is our concern. We're just waiting for it to tip its hand and let us know what it wants to do based off of the overall narrative, right? And it'll let you know if you're right, if you're wrong when it comes to your draw. Like I said, we're looking at this weekly chart here, and you can see that we've just been consolidating. All right, looking at this daily chart, same thing. We got more detail, but we're still in the range. All right. So no matter what time frame you're looking at, you always want to look at price in the sense of, is the algorithm showing me a willingness to make a move? Is the algorithm showing me a willingness to make a move, or is it just chopping? Yes, you can make money and chop. I'm not saying you can't, right? But I've learned less is more. The more trades you open, the more you open yourself up to risk. So sitting on your hands is a good thing. It not only builds discipline, but it preserves capital. Because if you take the chance to get out there and try to get ahead of things thinking, we've been consolidating a long time, I know we got to break out. All right. I know people that they'll buy leaps and just hang on to it, let it draw down 80% in drawdown. Go you down 80%. They just hanging on to it because they bought it for next March and let it get down to 80% drawdown. And then when it finally break out and they get profitable, I told you it was gonna come back. Man, if you would have just not bought and bought it at the right time, you know how much money you could have made? But you wanna make educated decisions on your entries based off of the price action, not what you're feeling or what you think. All right. Real quick, looking at today, we opened up, as you see, when we opened up Sunday, we were still pretty much like right near the middle of the range. All right, this is the area that we highlighted saying this is where we've been. Right, it's not the lowest low, the highest high, but it's the beef of the move, like the bodies, right, showing the bodies. And if we look at it when price opened up, right, that's the equilibrium of that range, right? That's what that Fibonacci is marking out. That's the equilibrium of that range right here. Okay, price opened up, we opened up, gap down below equilibrium of the range into a slight discount, move back up and continue to move up all the way up until 11 a.m. Then we pulled back into the range and then failed to break out again and then pulled back into the range, right? Pretty much consolidated. And then when price opened up this evening, we opened and dropped back down into a deeper discount, drop down into the discount portion of this inversion fair value gap here, right? Because this was a hourly SIBI that we marked out, and then we had closed back above it there making an inversion fair value gap. Then we traded down. Now we're down here in the discount of this inversion fair value gap, right? Looking to see if price shows a willingness to take out sell side and continue up, or will it start to break down? Because this is Monday. This is Monday, right? We're started out in the middle of the range. Now we're higher in the range. We're up in the premium of the range, right? So looking to see if we take out sell side and continue up towards the high, right? The old monthly high, last week's weekly high, or do we just hang out here some more, or do we start to move down? Because remember what we said, we engineered sell side and we engineered buy side, right? Engineered sell side, engineered buy side. Okay. The we did not take the sell side liquidity during this little chop here. Never took these relative equal lows when we came back down, right? Had relative equal highs, didn't take it, created a new relative equal high, right? And then once we came down and didn't take it, we came back up and took out the internal. Did we take that? Let's see. I don't want to say we did and we didn't. Yes, we took the internal buy side, right? Traded up into the internal buy side here, then pulled back into the range. Now, right, we've started to move back up into the premium, right? So right now we are consolidating, right? We're consolidating, but price is showing that the buy program is still intact, right? We're just consolidating right there, but the buy program is still intact, right? We're leaving the lows, not taking the lows, right? Take out the internal buy side, right? So the buy program is still intact on the daily, even though we're consolidating, getting chopped up, right? Buy program still intact. 4 hour created an inversion fair value gap. Price has just traded back down into that inversion fair value gap. All right, so you see today on the 4 hour chart, it just made a strong march up. Not one red 4 hour candle until 2 p.m. So Sunday at 6, 10, 2 a.m., 6 a.m., 10 a.m., and then the 2 p.m. candle to end the day was the first red candle on the 4 hour chart. All right, and now we've traded back down into the inversion fair value gap and then the bullish fair value gap on the 4 hour time frame. All right, here we are here. Like we said, we came up into the internal buy side. Price traded back down, took out the sell side, and then rallied back up. Right. Since the buy program is still intact on the daily, right, you will be looking for this move here to turn out to be the wig snatcher on this 4 hour, right? Because you came up on the 4 hour, took that out. That was when we tapped that daily high, traded back down. Yes, we took out sell side on the 4 hour, but remember on the daily we still leaving the lows, and now we rocketing up off of that sell side sweep, right? So it's in line with the daily having the buy program still intact. All right. You always want to have invalidation points when you're watching price, and right now, price is very choppy, very, you know what I'm saying, you got to be nimble with it, but just watching the signatures, it's still showing different signatures that you can say, okay, all right, it's high resistance, but this is still intact. Okay, that was a low resistance move up, we right back into high resistance again, right? So it is what it is. Not a whole lot of excitement to talk about because during the New York time, price didn't do a lot. So I just kind of ran my mouth about price overall. Do anybody got anything for me? Go eat before I gotta get on this 101. I got about 30 minutes. Well, don't see nothing in the chat and I don't hear nothing. I appreciate y'all for pulling up, hanging out with your boy. I appreciate everybody that's been swapping over to the WAP platform. Cause like I said before, tired of getting Google 30%. I've been getting Google 30% for 2 years. So that little Starbucks double smoked bacon cheddar sandwich and that chocolate cookie crumble that y'all been trying to help me get by joining the monthly memberships. Man, Google been taking 30%, making it hard for a brother to get. What say, Sage? How would you have entered on the 15-minute sweep after changing stated limit to stop loss? The stop loss was 900 ticks. I would have waited until they hit a anticipatory reactionary point and then gave me the setup that I was looking for. That's how I would have entered. All right. If you wanna know what a anticipatory reactionary point or the way I actually trade, click the link pinned to the top of the chat and sign up for the Discord. Yes, I'm very tired. I got a lot going on. I can't afford to do a whole lot of sleeping right now. I got a lot going on right now. So with that, man, y'all enjoy y'all night. Tomorrow Tuesday. So we ain't got nothing going on Wednesday morning. Those that's in the diamond tier of the new Discord server will be doing a tape reading Wednesday morning at 9. Mentees. We got Q&A Wednesday night. Y'all make sure y'all pull up with your hard-hitting questions, man. Last night I was just talking about everything under the sun because ain't nobody want to ask no questions. Y'all pull up with your hard-hitting questions. I'll see y'all later. Till next time, I decided to get on Al Gore's internet and share my thoughts on this thing that they call price action. It's your boy, Timothy Lee Rogers Sr., a.k.a. Aranya Glande. That's just big spot if you on Upload West, man. Y'all be safe out here in these straight streets, man. Gone.